Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Internet Girls. We took 1 week off. Please forgive us.
We could not get our ish together, but we're back, baby.
Yeah, it was an accident because basically what had happened was things got crazy and it was my birthday week and I was out of town, and then also Hannah is a new mom, so it's like it's mostly my fault. This is like all my fault actually, because we had like gotten it together and we are going to record on Saturday. But then I forgot that we had planned to like celebrate Matt's birthday on the 10th because he was like working, and wasn't able to the other days. So I was like, we'd scheduled it for that day, and then we're like, oh, never mind, sorry.
But it's okay. We deserve a break.
Yeah. We have not missed an episode besides that. Isn't that crazy?
I know. We've been doing this almost a year.
Wild.
So crazy. So happy almost a year anniversary to our podcast. That's insane.
I know. That is
Wow.
insane. It's
Wow,
fun.
wow,
I
wow.
like it. Don't you like
I
it?
know. Well, yeah, we just get to yap and then include all our new friends. So this week's episode is a Tori-centric episode, and Tori just had her birthday, which, quick story, I like knew that your birthday was on May 6th because I have another friend whose birthday is on May 6th. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those two. And I was like, gonna wish you like a happy birthday on your birthday. And then I was watching TikTok and I saw your post from like May 4th. And you were like, it's my birthday. And I'm going lobster hunting or whatever. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Did I get her birthday wrong? Like, are you kidding? And then I like wrote you and I was like, wait, tomorrow's your birthday, right? And you like didn't even answer. And I was like, wait, am I wrong? But it's May 6th, you guys. I was right.
No, she was right. Yeah, that was on another thing on me. So the thing that happened was I was gonna be out of town so I wasn't gonna get to like celebrate with Matt. And he was working on my birthday anyways, which was one of the big reasons I went out of town. And I had some work stuff too. Lately, I've been just like a New York girl, and I think I might be going back in June, actually.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, you're so close to New York. Like, that's so easy.
I know, and one of my friends lives there, and I can always like stay with her, so I might as well just like do that, while I can, especially while there's like work opportunities. I also like, I don't know if I was going to talk about this. We didn't even talk about me talking about this, but I was like going through something like emotionally, like that was like really hard on me. And honestly, I think maybe I took it too hard than like I should have, which I don't know why. I think like I obviously need to go to like therapy.
Childhood trauma.
So I've been going through that, and I feel like I like just kind of got myself together after that. So this whole time period, although it's been like fun, has kind of been like entangled in that. You know what I mean?
I hate that. Like an underlying feeling of sad.
Yeah. Sucks. But
Poor
well,
thing.
not whenever I was on the lobster boat though.
Yeah, that looked so fun.
That was so cool. But the only thing was, like, I grew up in Florida, so, like, I've been on many a boats. And so, like, a boat isn't really that exciting to me personally. And it was, like, raining. And I thought Matt and I, they gave us, like, bibs as soon as we got on the boat. And Matt and I thought, like, oh, we're going to get in here. We're going to get our hands dirty,
No.
They're like, here's your bibs. Y'all sit down.
Oh, so you didn't actually get to like lure the lobster onto the boat?
No, we didn't get to pull them in because no one does. It's like done by a winch.
Oh, I see.
So that's
But then
kind of,
did you get to eat it like fresh?
yeah, that was cool. And I do love being on a boat, even though it does not like super impressive to me. Like someone might be like, wow, that's so cool. I went on a boat today. Like I don't feel like that.
Oh, I
Especially,
love a boat.
so do I. But like, Matt too, like he was a parasail captain. He used to be on a
Yeah,
boat every
every
single,
day.
yeah. And I grew up like my parents always had boats, so like I don't know.
Okay, wait, did you see the TikTok of that one chick who air fried her crabs?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry to traumatize all of our listeners because I was telling John about this and he was like, wow, thanks for telling me that. You just brought my whole day down. And I was like, sorry. But it's like, I can't stop thinking about it. So there's this chick on TikTok who filmed a video of her cooking crab. But instead of just like putting it into boiling water, she put it into this glass air fryer that you put it onto the air frying device and it's all glass. So she could see the crabs dying and she's like seasoning them while they're alive. And these poor crabs were like hugging. And they say that crabs like have feelings. And she was just like horrible. People were like, I've never seen anything worse in my life. Like you are a serial killer. Like that's insane.
That's so sad. And also, like, yeah, you cook lobsters, you know what I mean, live, but you don't do that to crabs, I thought. I thought, don't you have to,
Well,
like,
you just pop them in boiling water usually, and that like, it's like a less painful death, but to just air fry them,
yeah,
like that's a slow, painful, horrible death.
I'm sad now.
I know. I'm sorry. I bring everyone down with this story, but I'm like, you guys, like that's horrible. I
Wait,
cannot believe that.
did you hear this secondhand or did you watch it with your own two eyes?
I watched it with my own two eyes, and then I watched all these videos about like how terrible this person was, and she was like, "Guys, oh my god, you cook crabs from being alive anyway," and it's like, yeah, but you just pop them in boiling water. That's different.
They were hugging.
They were hugging. Like you're a terrible person. Anyway, sorry I brought you down.
No, it's
But, like
okay. I'm like,
we need to spread awareness. No crabs in the air fryer, my friends.
yeah, we're gonna be crab community advocates.
Yeah, I don't eat crabs just for this reason. Or any fish.
I'm crab vegan.
I eat all meat, but not crabs.
Yeah. Crabs hug. Oh my gosh.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It's so
No.
sad.
We should start a club.
We should start like a fund for the
We should.
crabs.
We should, but the thing is, I do like to eat crab.
Oh no. No more.
Maybe once I
Stick
saw
to
that.
lobster.
I stick to the lobster. Okay, which I did learn. They were telling us all sorts of fun facts on the lobster boat, and honestly, that was my favorite part. Like one fun fact. Ready? Lobsters pee out of their eyes.
What? Me too. No, I'm kidding.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah,
Poor lobsters.
I know. And also, whenever you cook them, you know how they say you can hear like a little scream? It's actually not a scream. It's like gas from like their shell.
We need to leave all the sea creatures alone. This is too sad.
But they're not
I never even heard about this scream. Oh
Well,
my
that made
god.
me feel better because I was like, I've heard about that, but they were like, no, it's not that. It's literally just gas escaping is
Okay.
what you hear. It's not them screaming or something.
Oh, this makes me really want to go vegan. Well, vegetarian. Eggs are fine.
Yeah. Hannah, your favorite food is
It's prime rib. Damn it. I'm stuck.
what else? They were telling we did like on that boat like see lots of sea creatures because they were pulling up the traps and they said actually the best time to go lobstering is in the summer because like then the more of them come out because we didn't really catch that many. We only caught one that was like big enough for us to like buy and eat and
Oh, really?
I was the first person that was like, "Ooh, can I buy that one?" And they were like, "Yeah." It was only $12 too to buy,
Ooh.
which is very cheap for lobster. And then there was a restaurant that like right when you got off the boat, you could take the lobster to and they'll cook it for you and
Oh
give
my
you all
god.
the sides and all the fixings and all that. And so we did that and that was so cool.
Ooh. Okay, that sounds legit.
Yeah, it was
Trey
cool.
Trey.
I ate lobster fresh off the boat, but I did feel a little bad. Like I even said it in the video I made. I was like, I feel a little guilty about tasting.
For killing it.
Yeah, I'm like, this is my lobster that I just caught.
It could have been your pet.
I know. I was like, should I name him? And I was like, no, 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 no.
No, you can't.
Also, the claws, if they get a hold of your finger, they'll break your finger. Like they said, there's no like really letting it go. You have to like tire the lobster out, or like they said there was like one other trick you could do, but really, like there's pretty much nothing you can do.
Oof. Okay, so do you think that the lobster tasted different being so fresh?
I would need a side by side comparison. You
Yes or
know?
no?
I wouldn't say that I was like, oh my gosh. I will say there is a difference between fresh lobster and non-fresh lobster, and I can taste the difference. But I've had fresh lobster before, not right off the boat,
Mm.
but fresh, like caught like that day or recently, and you can tell the difference in that. But I don't know about right off the boat or not.
Fun experience though.
Yeah, it was fun, and I would recommend and I would do it again. It's just I thought we are gonna be more like hands-on. Like they say on the
Yeah.
like the thing, they were like, "Don't wear anything you don't want to get dirty," and it's like I could have worn a dress, you know?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Not super authentic. You're not going to be like an actual lobster fisherman.
No, Matt was a little disappointed, I'm not gonna lie.
I could see that. Yeah.
He got on there, he was like really excited because Matt used to be a captain, like in his former life, so he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to get dirty." Like,
He's like, I can drive the boat, you guys. It's fine.
yeah, he was like, "Step aside, Captain Dave."
Oh, I love that you're just checking off your Portland bucket list though for the summer.
I know, right? That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm excited about it. Other than that, we went to Bread Friends, which I was like big debate on where I was gonna go. There's so many good food places here in Maine,
Oh, I
Portland.
bet.
Yeah, it's like insane, and it was just crazy because the food in New England is like
Not that good,
not
right?
good. Besides in
Yeah.
Portland, Portland's like one of the most foodie cities in America.
I love that for you. So are you liking it?
Yeah, I mean, everything about this contract is easy. I was telling Matt that. Like, we're in walking distance of everything. Our house is big enough for all of our stuff. Matt can walk to the hospital. It takes him like 4 minutes.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah,
Does he
he
have like
also,
a 30-minute commute before or an hour commute?
yeah, it was 45, 50 minutes in the
Ugh.
car.
Yeah, fuck
And,
that.
like that's like working night shift driving home like that, and he's like, there's a few times I felt like I was gonna fall asleep. So,
Yeah, that sucks. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, also the Costco here, I have never seen a more dead Costco, which
Really?
hallelujah. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is such a blessing. Ours is like World War II trying to go get that freaking hot dog.
No, for serious. Like you're so right. Like it is normally like insane in there. No, 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 not this one. There's like barely anyone in there. Also, Maine is like, I don't know if you know this, but Portland, Maine, and Maine in general is like the whitest state per capita, which,
That
hate
does not
that.
surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah. Hate that for them and for me. But, it is what it is and we're here. And they have like the weird Matt is like they have the weirdest like food that only a white person would eat in this Costco.
Really?
Just like the weirdest stuff and he was like because okay, this is always so weird for me. Like being from the part of the country that I am from, which genuinely I would say is not like super accepting of other races, but there's a lot more. And I thought everywhere in the country was like that. Like my pretty much all the high schools in my area were 50-50, like black and white. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like it is just not like when we moved to California the first time I was like, where are all the black people? Like
Really?
where are
Oh,
they?
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, what?
Wait, in Santa Barbara?
No, even in like Northern California, I was like,
Oh,
when we were in San Jose, I was like, where are they? Like I miss interacting with other people than like just white people. And I wasn't just talking about just black people. I'm saying like I like, different cultures,
yeah.
different flavors. And I was like, this is crazy that I have went this long without seeing a person of color. Like in my like that's wild to me. I don't think other people realize like down south, like where I'm from, like how much diversity there actually is.
I'm surprised to hear you say that about California though, because I feel like it's so diverse here. Like when John and we went to Denver and we were like, maybe we'll move to Denver. Like this seems like a great place. And it was so white and so like just same note, there weren't like even old people. It was just like young white men, like in their 20s and 30s. And I was like, where's the diversity? Like we literally could not move there because it was cultureless.
Yeah, there
Sorry,
is.
Denverians.
Yeah. No, Denver is very white people. But I will say there was a lot of Asian, there's a big Asian community, obviously, in Northern California, especially
Hmm.
the area we were at. But
Yeah.
that's it. Like, that's it. Like,
Wow.
it was just like white people and Asian people, which
Asian.
I love Asian people. I wish I was part Asian, which don't cancel me for that. Like, I can admire your culture from afar, you know? Like, I get it. I'm not a part of it, but I love your food. I think your like history is like really interesting and like cool, and like all the traditions of like and all how like there's like Chinese medicine. Like I just think that like and not even just Chinese people, like Asians across the board have so much more like culture to them.
Yeah. I know. I've always felt that since I was like a little kid. I like was never proud of being white. I
Yeah,
was like, what is this culture? We have none. It's
we
not
have
fun. Like,
no,
I
we
don't want to
haven't.
be white.
That's why white people are culture vultures because we're like, where's ours? You know?
Yeah. What is ours like freaking Walmart? Like,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Hamburgers and hot dogs and unseasoned food. Like, you know?
And Mormons.
Yeah. And you know what else I was thinking? I was like, you know how I've heard, okay, which this actually is leading me to how redheads are supposedly black,
Oh, yeah.
which
Oh my God.
that's not for us to determine, but it's just funny. Like, the videos are funny.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, someone on TikTok was like, redheads, you're actually black. And now, like, all these black people are like, welcome to the Ginjas. No hard R's.
And all the redheads are like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I know. And Charlie's looking a little redhead. So, as you said, we have a biracial family. So,
Uh,
congratulations, Ginjas. You're actually black. I'm jealous.
I'm so jealous. I always say I don't got no flavor. Like when I did my 23andMe, have you ever done one of those?
No, I really want to, but I also am like, do I want to give my data to them? I don't know.
Yeah, I felt like that a little bit too, but then it's like, what are they gonna do with it? I'm not a serial killer, so like, whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
When mine came back, I was like, basic white biatch, cool.
European descent.
But I was actually, I think it was like 0.8% African American. Did I tell
Oh
you
my
that?
God, you're black.
Yeah.
You're black. You're straight up black.
I don't have the struggle. Like, don't, this is purely white, everything, basic white biatch. And the only other thing that was kind of interesting is I was like a good percent like Blockan. Not like that much, but like, I think it was like 4%, which that was kind of interesting, which that's like the
Represent
Greeks.
what?
It's Blockan.
What?
Blockan. Am I saying that wrong?
What is
Balkan.
block? Blockan?
Balkan.
Oh, bulk. Balkan. Okay. This
Yeah,
makes more sense. Blockan.
yeah.
She tries.
Yeah, yeah. See, uncultured over here.
Uncultured swine.
But yeah, so lobstering was really fun. Oh, the food here in Portland is really good. Like I had a hard time deciding on where to go to for brunch because like the food, there's so many options. They say
Mm.
that there's like more restaurants than like people
Oh,
almost.
wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And people in Portland, like restaurant culture is like a thing. Like everyone goes out to eat here.
I
Just
could
like,
just like teleport there for lunch. That would be great.
oh my gosh, please, we would have a ball. But anyways, so I went to New York because I was mostly going for a fur event because I've worked with them for forever and they had invited me to this event that they were having, which was really cool. The founders were there. I got to like meet them and
Fun.
yeah, it was cool. Also, the event was so dreamy and beautiful. Did you see my stories?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it
It
was
looked
for like
amazing.
the launch of their like new trimmer device that they had come out, because they had one a million years ago, but they said it like they didn't like it, like they would refuse to send it to me. They were like,
Hmm.
it's not ready yet. And I'm like, but
Mm.
people could buy it. I'm confused.
Yeah, that's weird.
But they just relaunched it and it's like up to their standards and they really like it. But you know what I thought was so cool is they had this like bush there that you could use the trimmer and like shave the bush with the trimmer.
Oh, wait, that's so clever.
It was so cool. Like also the drinks were cool. They had like a tarot reading, like
Ooh, that sounds
everything
great.
was, yeah, everything was so great. Like I loved them.
Oh, that sounds so fun. So was that on your actual birthday?
It was the day after.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you
Um
like got into town on your birthday and hung out with Sid?
yeah, well, I got into town on my birthday and first I went to the spa because I was like, which
Oh.
this is a life hack. If you ever have like a super early flight or something, I'm gonna start doing this. Like even like in Europe or something, when you're super jet lagged, go to the spa and just
That's
like,
so smart.
how have I never thought of that before?
Because
Is
you
what
like
I
can't check into your hotel.
exactly. You can't check into your hotel. You're exhausted. Like, you're not going to have fun. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
it's just going to be miserable for everyone. But sometimes you got to do, which I never take those flights anymore. But I will to New York just because it's like so short. But if I'm
Yeah.
going on a long, big trip, I won't. But if I have to, because sometimes you just have to, you know what I mean? Just go to the spa and get like one service and then like just use all their amenities and
Yeah.
just like rest up and leave.
That's so smart. They usually have like a relaxation room. You can just kick back, take a snooze.
Exactly. They have like so like and this one that I went to was like free admission on your birthday or something.
No way.
Yeah, so I got in free and then plus I did a massage. I was thinking about doing a facial cuz what do I need one? Especially after y'all know what happened to me with, with my
Oh
folliculitis,
yeah, yeah, your fungus of the face.
fungus of the face. Yeah, but I ended up just getting a massage and oh my gosh, it was so nice. And then just went from like all the rooms. And I had a hard time. I was like, you have to leave. And I was like, but you're in New York City. Like, I don't, like, like, I don't want to
Yeah.
leave. So
That's so funny.
after like 4 hours, which my service was an hour, I was like, okay, you can leave.
Time to bounce.
Yeah. So I left. And also, guys, I stayed in a micro hotel in New York, which I have never done. What did you think of it, Hannah, from like what you saw?
I mean, I thought it looked really cool, but I was thinking of you and how you don't pack light. And I was like, where, like, we've shared a room, we've shared many rooms, okay? And you like to spread out, which
Yeah.
is great. Me too. So I was thinking about, like, where the hell is Tori gonna put all her stuff?
No, I will say that was like the hard part for me was like, which you can slide your suitcase under the bed. And basically, I just pulled out all my outfits and they had hooks and I hung them all up,
Mm, that's
which
smart.
that was nice. But then, like, for just like general storage for like jewelry and like face creams and all that stuff, I like did not have that much room. But
Hmm.
it is like done really smart and well. But the room was so small that it gaslit me into thinking I forgot my makeup bag.
Oh yeah, I saw your whole video on that. You were like, I need a makeup artist.
It was very interesting. It was brand new, and I was doing a partnership with them actually, which is why I was staying there. And I actually really did like it. I will say almost no one was there because it was like their first week that they were open. So I'm not sure how my feelings would feel with it being like a packed house, but like this
Oh
place
yeah.
was
Because you
like,
had to share a bathroom, right?
yeah, you have to share a bathroom, but the bathrooms are so nice. Like they have Dyson products in there. Like,
Oh.
like, and they're like the
That's nice.
shower heads are like so nice. And also, like, the linens on the beds at this place are nice. Like, it's not like this, they're not like, this is not a hostel. This is a luxury micro hotel.
Oh, that's so cool. Like very Japanese.
Exactly. They're like really big in Tokyo. But the
Yeah.
thing is, the doors, the walls were like so thin that people coming and going, like I almost could not sleep through that because I was so scared that
Mm.
like someone was gonna come in my room or something. Even
Were
though
there
I
like no
knew
locks?
no, they do, but like I don't know. I've never really stayed in a hostel like that, which that
Oh,
wasn't a
yeah.
hostel, but like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I didn't, so maybe it was just like on me not knowing like what to expect, but I didn't expect to be able to hear people coming and going. They also had a
Mhm.
lot of rules, which I was like, this kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, makes sense. Like, you can't talk on the phone in your room, so that you can in the common areas, you know, but
Weird.
you can't in your room because it's like
Too loud?
too it would be way too loud because you can hear.
Interesting.
And
I
also,
wanna stay in a micro hotel. When John and I were backpacking through Europe, like, freaking 10 years ago, we stayed in this one hostel in Copenhagen where everyone had their own little, like, bed. Like, it was a big room, and then there were, like, bunks, but you, like, had, like, a small little area that you climbed into your bed, and then you had, like, a little room, but it was all bed. I freaking loved it. That's when I found out I'm, like, a nook sleeper. Like, I love a little nook to sleep in. I love feeling like a little mouse. I feel like, yeah, very similar, but you get a little bit more space in the
yeah,
micro hotel.
I think you would like it. I do. But the only thing is the walls being so thin.
Yeah, that's too
Um,
bad.
yeah, because like hearing people coming and going at all hours of the night, it was like waking me up, and like I had to eventually put on which I normally can sleep through anything, but I think like being in that environment by myself, I was just like,
Mm.
not sleeping as deeply as I typically do. So I had to eventually put on my noise canceling headphones. Thank God I had them because I don't know if I
Not
could
an
have.
earplug sleeper?
No. Well, I get like ear infections from like things in my ear like
Oh. Oh
that.
my god,
And
that
my ears are
sucks.
so small.
Dang.
Like
Sounds really cool though. Is it like super affordable?
yeah, like I was like, should I book this preemptively for Fashion Week?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Because I feel like New York just needs more affordable spots to stay that aren't just like hostels. Because, like, we wouldn't stay in a hostel, like, we're too old for that now. But we need like something more affordable.
Yeah, that's what this is supposed to do. Like there's a lot of nomads staying there who like work remote. The common rooms too, I thought were like a little small, but honestly, it's fine. It's not like you're hanging out there, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You're in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like a really pretty, nice place to like lay your head, which is all you could really ask
Mhm.
for. I don't know. But
It's exciting. It's a journey, an
yeah,
adventure.
but the room was so small that it did gaslight me into thinking I lost my makeup bag.
The panic.
But again, that was on me. So then I spent the whole day like trying to like track someone down to like do my makeup like with the day's
Mhm.
notice, and I like couldn't find anyone, and then I found my makeup bag and I was like, oh, thank
Thank
God.
God. Stress.
Yeah. So basically for Fashion Week it would be like only $1,000 to stay in New York for a week.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Unless
That's
you're
what
staying with Sydney and her cute puppy.
I know. Which I'm gonna
Oh my
maybe
gosh.
I'll talk to Sydney and ask her if she has plans. Oh, because on my birthday after the spa, I ended up meeting up with her. We were gonna go grab something to eat, but or grab like a drink or something, but I ended up getting out of the spa so late because I couldn't force myself to leave. I took myself to like a nice dinner, and then I went to her house and we like stayed up all night that I accidentally forgot to go back to my micro hotel, and I felt bad because like that was a partnership that I was doing with them. And podcast listeners, I truly did not stay there the first night, but I did the second night.
I mean, it was your birthday. You do you.
Yeah, I accidentally like passed out on her couch because we were just talking and we got a little high and we were dying laughing and we are playing with her puppy, and then
Oh my
I
god, I'm so jealous you got to meet her puppy.
so cute. He is so cute. I kept looking at him. I'm like, how are you real? Like, there's just no way that you're real. He's so cute.
Oh. Yeah, so you guys, if you don't follow Sydney Benjamin, that's Tori's friend in New York, and she just got this little like micro poodle like doodle mix or
Yeah,
something.
he's a doodle.
So freaking cute. I really want to know the story of how she got him.
She got him from the breeder in Utah, and she is obsessed with him too. She wanted a dog, but someone just had like reached out to her and was like, "I'm a breeder in Utah," so they just kind of took it from there.
Wow.
Yeah. But and then the next day was the fur event. So I went to the fur event and then I had this dinner. This okay, Tao group had reached out to me, which I don't know why they reached out to me. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. But they reached out to me and were like, "Hey, we want you to come try our menu, blah blah blah." This was like months and months ago. And then we were trying to last time Matt and I were in town, we're trying to like meet up with them, you know what I mean, and do it. It just didn't work out because it was on a Saturday and it was short notice, like the day before, because I hadn't thought of it till then. And then I was like, "Hey, I'm going back to New York," and they were like, "Yes, for sure, come in." I'm telling you that I just finished editing my reel for them. Best meal of my life, like best meal of my
Oh
life.
my God. What was the restaurant called?
It's called Saki no Hana, and it's a part of like
Mm.
the Tao group restaurants, which if you know anything about Tao, that's like, you know, the famous Tao. So it's like all their restaurants are like gorgeous and like
Oh,
super like they're typically in like luxury hotels. Like this one's in a hotel too, but it's also just like a standalone restaurant. And I am telling you, oh my gosh, like best sushi. Their carbonara was like an Asian twist on a carbonara.
the carbonara udon that you had.
Yes.
Oh my freaking God. That looks so good.
I have been thinking about that dish ever since I left. And the sushi was so good. And then they also had a bone marrow fried rice where they like scrape the bone marrow and let it melt all over the fried rice and like
Yum.
it was like dripping on there. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Like everything was so good. And then they did like a sake tasting for us throughout the whole meal. And they were like, also, if you want any cocktails, so I ordered a cocktail too. Like it was like, and I was like, this is my actual birthday dinner, actually. Because
Yeah.
also tons of sushi came too, and it came out like smoking. Like they put like dry ice around it or something, like, and it was like just layers of sushi. And I was like, this is crazy.
All comped too.
All comped, meal of my dreams.
Oh my God, Tori. Living life large. I love it.
I know. I was like, this is it. But
That is
then,
amazing. I love, like, this is so niche, but I love a comped dinner when they just bring out like everything. And it hasn't happened to me that many times in my life, but my God, it's good when it does happen.
oh my gosh, I know. No, I was in Boston. We used to do restaurant stuff a lot, and they were always like that. And I was like, this is a whole new world. Because before that, it never really happened to me like that. Like, I had done comp meals before, but it was like, this is what you're getting. Like, you know?
Yeah, of course. Oh my God, that is a dream, especially for sushi for you. Oh my God, sushi's so expensive and it's your favorite food.
Oh my gosh, I know. And it was nigiri too, which is like the even more expensive version of
Good
sushi. It
stuff.
was so good. Like, that meal, I was editing it and it's so funny. Like I'm leaving some of the sound in because we're just like, oh my God, wow, 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 oh my
I
God.
love that. Okay, everyone, go to this restaurant
No,
if you're in New
please.
York. I
Also,
want
it's
to go. I don't
especially
even eat fish and I want to go.
no, they have so many other things too. And it's especially good like if you are celebrating something, I feel too. You know, like that's a perfect birthday dinner spot. So after that, Sydney was like, I gotta go home. I gotta get back to my puppy. And I was like, oh, that sucks, but okay. So she went back to her puppy, and I was like, it was late though, and I was full, and I went to the event before that, but I was like, this trip just isn't over for me till I have like a little New York adventure. You know what I
I
mean?
love
Like
it. Yeah.
a little whatever. So I like go back. I'm walking back to my hotel, and I notice, but I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go straight there. I'm gonna stop and grab a drink. And then I noticed that the Bowery Hotel, the famous Bowery Hotel, is directly across the street from that hotel. Which that is another reason why that hotel is such a cool hotel to stay at because it is in such a great area. You know.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just go in here. I really want to. I've always wanted to like go get drinks here. Like it's like a thing. Like it's like kind of a spot. It's like celebrities go there all the time. Like it is a thing. So I go and I sit at the bar and I order just and I was like, I'm just gonna have one drink. I'm so tired. I'm so full. But I just like can't turn it in yet, you know?
Hmm.
So I'm having this one drink and this girl sits down beside me and she was telling these people how she's a producer and like blah blah blah, and she's really sweet, and I talked to her for like a little bit, but this guy was like talking her ear off and was like trying to hit on her, and she was like like being polite but like
Mm.
over it. He was being so annoying that I was like, I'm bowing out of this conversation because you're like really annoying. So then this guy comes up and he's like, I like your purse, because I had my beaded purse, and I was like, oh thanks.
Was it your Anthropologie beaded bag?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm like, I know your closet.
Which, so many compliments on that bag. It was a hit
Oh,
at the fair
it's so
event.
cute.
And then he asked me what I did, and I told him, and then I asked him what he did, and he said he was a photographer. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, for who? Like, what kind of photography do you do? And he was like, well, I do like a lot with like Getty Images. And then I was like, wait a second, are you like a paparazzi? And he was like, maybe. And I was like, oh, a paparazzi, do you say? So,
You're like, I'm actually famous if you want to take my picture.
yeah, actually, where's the camera? You're here for me. But, and I got the drift that he was like hitting on me right away. Like, he was like, he kept like just saying little things. And I was like, I'm married. And he was like, oh, so you think that's like a forever thing? I was like, yes. I am married. But then we were
That's
talking
so
about
funny.
him because he's like, I just got out of a 12-year relationship. And I was
Oh,
like,
so he's like,
oh,
it's not always a forever thing.
yeah. And he said that his girlfriend is also paparazzi. He's like, so I see her at like,
Oh my God.
work stuff. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So, but then I was like, I need to know more about this paparazzi thing. Like, I'm always so intrigued by like paparazzi. Like, I think it's like so interesting to me, like the culture of it and everything. And so he was telling me all these like secrets and ins and outs of paparazzi, which I'm going to tell you guys. He was like, you're not going to tell anyone. This is like a very secretive industry. And I was like, of course not.
Like, no one but my best friend and our entire podcast network.
But also, like,
Still.
I don't really like paparazzi. Like, I mean, he was a very nice guy himself, and I'm not saying that, but I think it's like really kind of
Sleazy.
unethical, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's why I don't feel
definitely.
bad about this. I was like, why do paparazzi like shout things at the celebrities? Like, what is that about? Like, just say the mean things. He's like, because they're trying to get them to look at them. They're like, eye contact makes a photo worth more money.
Oh,
So,
that makes sense.
and I was like, oh, so that's why people are shouting out rude things. And he's like, yeah. And so that's why, if you think about that and think about how like people are walking in and out and they're usually like head down, not looking, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's why. And he was like, yeah, we don't really do that in New York. If someone says that they don't want their picture taken, I'm like, okay, and I'll just go to the next block over. He was like,
Wow.
it's that easy. He was like, celebrities are everywhere here in New York. And he was like, I was like, who makes you the most money? And he was like, Taylor Swift. He was like, her photos
Yeah.
you make the most money from. He was like, but he's like, I think she's pregnant. And I was like, why? And he was like, she has not left her building in forever. And I know that she's here because her boyfriend's here and he's coming and going from her building. But she used to like leave her building every single day to go out to dinner. Like every single day and at this certain time, and like she has not been doing that. And I was like, yeah, but it was the day that you had sent me that she was subpoenaed in the
She was
place.
seen. Oh, yeah. But
And
also, she was just seen.
oh yeah, well, I was like,
Like,
maybe I was like, she's not really in New York though. She has like so many houses, like she could be
yeah.
anywhere. And he was like, no, she's a New Yorker. She is in New York 90% of the time. He was like, unless she's
Really?
on tour or something, she is in New York.
Oh
Isn't
my
that
God, I
crazy?
love that he just knows Taylor Swift.
Yeah, because he like photographs her so much. But and then I was like, oh, that's crazy. And I was like, well, she just got subpoenaed actually in that case. He was like, oh, that's what it is. He was like, she's probably not pregnant. It's probably she's laying low for that. She always does that anytime there's even like a little bit of a thing, like she's like gone.
Interesting.
Hmm.
I've heard she's been in Florida for like a while,
For what? Where?
just like away with Travis in Florida.
Miami? I
I
wonder.
don't know where.
Destin?
Destin, maybe 30A. I don't know. That's where I would go. But yeah, I heard that they were living in Florida together and that they got a dog. But I don't know if this is true because I heard it on Dumois. So you never know. Take it with a grain of salt. But she was just seen and photographed for the first time in like months.
Yeah.
So she's
That's
not pregnant, unfortunately, because that would be awesome. Can you imagine if she just showed up like 9 months pregnant? Oh my God.
I think that's the way she would do it, don't you?
Absolutely. Or she just hard launched the child.
Yeah. I
Or we
think
would just never know.
honestly, I think we would just never know.
Yeah. Because I could totally see her not wanting to subject her child to the limelight. So
Yeah, I bet what she would do is she would do a surrogate and then we would just never know.
mm,
And then
I
it
could see that.
and then eventually it would be like one of those things where it's kind of like how we found out about aliens being real, you know?
The government was like, oh, yeah, no, they've always been real.
But there was whispers like throughout our whole life, and like little, you know.
Oh my God. Wait, so does he just like sit outside of Taylor Swift's house?
He goes to her house. He said he has like a lot of like stomping grounds that he like basically just like goes throughout. But he's, what he told me? He told me the money in it is not even in the photos anymore. It's in copyright. So he was like, it only cost me like $200 or something to copyright like 500 photos and this many videos and all of that. He was like, so if I'm copywriting that many photos and then like say I'm photographing Kendall and she's wearing a Dior outfit. He was like, if Dior takes that and repost it, then they have to pay me 10,000. I take them to court. He's like, I have a lawyer on retainer who just like does this all day for me and other paparazzis. He's like, so if Dior reposts it or if Kendall herself reposts it, then
Oh my
they have to
God.
pay him like a $10,000.
Wow.
He said, I don't know why the brands keep doing it. He was like, maybe they just think like $10,000 is worth the photo or something, like in sales, if they're like promoting something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
he was like, or he's like, I can't figure out if that's it or if it's just like they always like get new social media girls, so they just don't know. He
Well,
was
how
like,
long does it take though if he takes them to court to get the money? Because I feel like that's a long process.
no, he said it's pretty quick if it's like a company, but if it's the actual
Mhm.
person, like he's like, I've been in this one lawsuit with Justin Bieber for a really long time because he was reposting like all my.
That's crazy, but it's like, can you even copyright someone's image if they're in the image?
I guess technically you can, and but that's why it's a little more murky. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I'm sure Justin Bieber's like, this is a picture of me. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I'd be pissed. You know?
I'd be super pissed.
Oh, he said he was like, how I can spot them. He was like, is there's groups of people that just follow celebrities. That's all they do every single day. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. He was like, there are people that are either obsessed with autographs, like they just collect autographs, like maybe even of the same people all the time, or they're like getting autographs to sell. he was like he was like, and those people will be like, hey, don't make it out to me if they see like a celebrity.
Yeah.
So lots of times the celebrity, that he's like, that's why people don't really know that, but that's why a lot of times celebrities don't like giving autographs, is because there's those people that are right there that are like, ooh, sign this, sign this. They want them to sign like 5 things and not make it out to anyone because they're gonna sell that. Yeah,
Shady.
but no one really talks about that, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like I've seen some videos of celebrities who are like, oh, I can't remember who it was, but there was this one video that came out where they were like, not you. And I was like, oh, snap. They like know you.
that's why. And so he said there's like the groups of people are either like the super fans who are like, he's like, they're almost like kind of weird and off, but they
Mhm.
follow celebrities around. He was like, and maybe it's not even the same celebrity, but just like celebrities in like, let's say they live in New York, they follow the celebrities in New York City. Or if they're in LA, he's like, same thing. He's like, and they're all like a little off. You can tell they either have something going on at home. He's like, but it's almost like they've found community in this. And so they
Mhm.
like, that's where their friends are. That's like all of it.
That's so crazy.
He was like, so it's like the autograph people who are trying to make a buck, and then it's like those people. He's like, and so if I spot them, he was like, which those people who follow the celebrities around, he's like, they are good.
Yeah.
Well, because
That's just
also
their whole life. Like, that's so what is going on in the world?
Well, and they use it as like a network. So it's like they'll be like, "Hey, so and I saw this," and this person will be like, "I saw that," and so it just like,
Oh, I see. So that's how we get all the scoop.
mhm, mhm.
And then people are writing Demois.
I don't know. I just think the whole thing with the paparazzi is like kind of sad.
It is. Yeah. Your whole life just revolves around celebrity sightings. That's so crazy.
Yeah, and that's like how you make your money, but I think there's really good money to be made in it. Like I think those people do well.
Yeah, the copywriting is insane. I love that. I love that you just like meet these people. It's always in New York too. You're like, I'm gonna go out and just like see who I meet. Like when you were at Fashion Week last time by yourself, and then you just like went clubbing with all these random people that you met. That was awesome.
I know. I was like, I need something like that. I need something. So I like had the one drink and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Thanks for the scoop. And he was like,
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna go talk about this in my podcast.
you're asking me a lot of questions. I was like, yeah, I just think it's really interesting.
You're like writing it down. Tell me more.
I know. He said that he was thinking about doing like a show or something, having people follow him, which he said people have done, but they haven't done anything with like the footage yet. He's like, but it's crazy. He's like, I shoot all my photos off instinct. And I was like,
Oh God.
yeah,
I just feel like you have to be some type of person to end up in that career. That's
definitely.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
like, what led you there? He was from, I think like Kenya or something originally,
Hmm.
but he didn't have, not that you can't get rid of your accent, but he like, I don't know if he grew up there or if he just like is Kenyan, you know what I mean?
A very exciting birthday.
Yeah, yeah. And then the next day I just like walked around the city, got matcha, did a little bit of shopping. I'm trying to decide which bag I want.
Oh, the Stod.
Yeah, the Stod or
Get the Stod.
you think? Even though I have
So
the
cute.
the big basket bag, are they too similar?
Send me a picture of the basket bag.
It's that one from Suzanne. I wore it like every day last year, but I'll send you a picture.
Okay. I also just don't really like the Marc Jacobs bag.
Yeah, you don't.
No.
It's not my favorite either, but I'm like, oh, that'll be a good like summer go with everything, and it's kind of New Englandy, but
Hmm.
it's not my favorite. But I would just get it because it would like go with a bunch of stuff. You know what I mean?
Maybe neither option then.
But I
There's a lot
love
of cute bags out there.
that's true. But I love the Stod bag, and I
It's
wanted
really
that
cute.
last year.
Yeah, I love the Stod bag.
Yeah, you're a Stod girl.
I'm a Stod girl.
Me
I
too.
took my Stod bag out for Mother's Day, got dressed all cute, took the baby in the Stod, and it was awesome.
Oh my gosh, the content you created with your like family on Mother's Day was so cute.
So cute. I know. I've been wanting to do this literally since she was born. I was like, we are so lucky to have 4 generations of women
Yeah.
right here. Like, we all live within like 30 minutes of each other. So let's go. And it was adorable.
So did y'all do that at the restaurant?
Yeah, at Foreign Cinema.
It looks beautiful. Which Hannah had unfortunately a not great experience at Foreign Cinema.
Okay, here are my thoughts on Foreign Cinema. Foreign Cinema is like a San Francisco institution, but at this point, it's almost like they're so busy anyway that they don't really care about the quality because you guys, there were 5 of us and 4 of us sent our dishes back because they were severely undercooked meats, severely undercooked fish and steak. And like, I love a medium rare meat, but this was like still mooing. And then the fish too. I'm just like, are you kidding? So like the manager had to come over and like they gave us a bunch of free desserts and like we were fine. It's just I feel like every time I go to Foreign Cinema, it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are just better restaurants in San Francisco, I gotta say.
Yeah. I went to Foreign Cinema the one time and I really liked it, but it was a slow night. Like there was like hardly anyone there. So I think that probably makes a really big difference.
I think so. Yeah, Mother's Day brunch. It was like a price fix thing and they were busy. It was very, very busy. Like as soon as we left our table, like someone was ushered to the table immediately. And we were there a while because they had to like remake all of our food. So I'm always someone who's like, if I'm paying that much money to go out for a nice meal, like I want it cooked right. And I'm not going to be mean about it, but I want it cooked right. And the fact that 4 out of 5 of our dishes were sent back for being raw was pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
No. And see, you know how some people will be like, oh, even if something's cooked wrong, they're just like not going to say anything. Could never be me.
No.
And I'll be so nice and so
Yeah.
polite, but like they want to know too. Like this is like what's best for everyone. And especially in that case where it's like stuff that could make you sick. Like what are you supposed to do? Just like
Eat
not
it.
eat? Yeah.
And it was like $70 a person price fix. So I'm like, that's a lot of money to like severely undercook a fish, you know?
Totally.
I don't want sashimi.
Yeah.
I'm acting like I ordered the fish. Was not me. I ordered the steak. But I mean, it was good though. Like once they got their ish together, it was a lot better. And then they like gave us a couple free desserts and free bread. And I was going to town on the bread. I love their bread. It's so good.
I mean, I had a really good meal when I was there. Granted, like I said, I was like solo. I ordered
Mhm.
like the whole menu basically. It was
Oh,
slow.
it was
Jurassic
a good
Park
Mother's
was
Day
on.
though.
Oh, what movie it
And
was on?
oh, I don't even think they had a movie on.
I'm sure
I
they
mean,
did.
it was morning. It was sunny.
Yeah, but they still play a movie.
Yeah, but I probably just couldn't even see it because it was
Yeah.
like where they play the movie, it was like full sun.
Yeah.
So you like could not see the projector.
I see. I
But
see.
it
I
was
want.
fun. It was Charlotte's first time in the mission. So I was like, welcome, smell the urine. Urine and tacos. The smells of the mission. So cute.
I love San Francisco though. It's such a cool city.
I love it too. It's fun. We've been going in more and like we went last week to go visit John's coworkers at his office, which was really fun because that was something that we were talking about before she was born. Like how fun that would be to take her in and show her off and it was a good time.
Oh, that's so cute. And also, I feel like San Francisco is on the up. Like, it's because when COVID happened, things kind of went like crazy. Like, whenever I lived there, there was such a bad homelessness
It got
problem. Not
bad.
that, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm very compassionate towards them. Like, I get it, but it's still like it was to another level where you almost
Mhm.
couldn't walk on a lot of the streets, you know?
Yeah, they'll try to stab you with their needles.
Oh, yeah, didn't you have someone like run after you one time?
2 times in 1 week I had homeless people in San Francisco try to stab me.
Oh my gosh. And
It
what
was like
year?
this was like 2017 maybe, I
Mhm.
don't know, 2018. And yeah, someone tried to stab me, but he had a Coke can, thank God. So he like looked at it like, oh, that's a Coke can. I can't stab her. Damn it. And I was like, whoo, I just barely made it. But yeah, they'll just like, I don't know. I actually think that living in San Francisco lessens your compassion for the homeless because a lot what I've learned, and I've volunteered with the homeless a lot in San Francisco, and I've talked to a lot of like the mayoral candidates when through my corporate jobs, and a lot of these homeless people have places to live that the city pays for, but they want to just like be with their friends on the street doing drugs, and they don't allow you to do drugs at those places, so they just won't even go to their house or their home
Mm,
because they want to do drugs. So I'm like, I think we need to focus on the drug problem in America, and that'll help our homeless situation because that's like the whole reason. And I'm not saying it's all of them, but it's a lot in San Francisco. It's gnarly.
yeah. But last time I was there, I didn't see like any homeless people the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was there with you. That's all you can hope for, just progress.
I know. Progress, not perfection.
Yeah. Was there anything that you're like looking forward to lately? Like coming up on the horizon for you?
Mm, sleeping through the night. That would be great. I would love to sleep through the night. I feel like we're almost there with Charlie. Like, she's almost 3 months old. She's almost 12 pounds. And apparently, when they're 12 pounds, is when they can really like have enough calories to start sleeping through the night. So we're going to really ramp up our sleep training soon, like very gentle sleep training where they don't like just cry. But I'm looking forward to that, which is like kind of boring, but
Important thing to be looking forward to.
it is. I am so ready. And then cuz John goes back to work in about a month. I'm scared. Like, I'm alone with her today. I mean, my mom's here. I'm not even alone. I'm like solo parenting, but my mom's here. And it's freaking hard. Like, I don't know how to make her just like a part of my daily life. Like, just doing all the stuff that I used to do because she requires so much attention. So, yeah, I'm excited for her to just get a little older to the point where like we can just have a normal life and I can like get some work done while she sits in the bouncer and like entertains herself or whatever, but we're not quite there yet. But she's only, I mean, she's almost 3 months. So it is what it is. But I am really excited because we're going to Hawaii in end of August. And then we're also planning a trip to Chicago for October. We're going to go see John's family and hit up the big Chi-Town city, have some deep dish, give some to her because she'll be eating solids by then. And that'll be really fun. So I'm excited to start traveling with her, but I'm terrified as well because she's not sleeping through the night. So, you know, I'm sure it'll get better.
Well, now that you're like 3 months out, like, is anything like not how you thought it would be, or is pretty much everything how you thought it would be?
Oh, it's totally not how I thought it would be. Like,
Really?
yeah, like, okay, this is going to sound so silly, but I didn't think she would cry this much. Like,
Really?
I know that babies cry, but like, she cries a lot. And I'm always like, I mean, I thought she'd like cry for food, cry when she was tired, cry when she had like a poopy diaper, but she's just upset like a lot, like mostly in the mornings because she's not a morning girl, which I feel you. But yeah, I thought like we could go out and she'd be in her stroller and she'd just like be happy looking at things. But like she screams when she's in her stroller and she screams when she's in her car seat. And I'm just like, why are you so upset? And it's not all the time, but it's a lot more than I had anticipated. So yeah, I kind of thought we would just be out doing a lot more stuff, but it's really like we have to revolve it around her feeding schedule and her wake windows and like all this stuff. And it's starting to get a little easier. But yeah, that's been kind of hard.
Yeah. Well, from the outside looking in, I feel like you're like on your stride. You're doing so good. You know what I mean? Like,
And we are. Like, honestly, having John home and like dual parenting, like, it makes it so much easier because I'll have her like in the morning and then he'll have her in the afternoon. So then I can like have some time in the afternoon. And we're starting to figure out our schedule with that a little bit more. But I'm just like, oh my God, when he goes back to work, it's gonna be me like all day, every day. So that'll be interesting. But we have another month. So I'm like, okay, you'll be almost 4 months then. And we'll be chilling, right?
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm obsessed with her. Like, it's so much fun. Like, 99% of the time is amazing. And then there's just like that 1%, maybe 5%. That's like really hard. But for the most part, like, yeah, it's great. I love it. She's just the cutest baby ever.
She
And
is.
she's smiling so much and she's starting to giggle and it's so fun to watch. So I'm obsessed with her.
No, she's so cute. Oh, when is
Thank
the cherry festival?
June 7th, I think. Yeah,
I'm
I have my
excited.
cherry outfit now. I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be so fun. And yeah, it's getting so warm here. We're sitting in the backyard so much and just like drinking wine. And oh my God, we're at the club like every day swimming. She's been swimming. It's a blast.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Well,
well, I'm glad we got to catch up with you and hear about your birthday and
thank you.
so
Thank,
fun.
thank you. I love you so much. Keep us posted. Post the cherry fits.
Absolutely. We will be posting the fits. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Sorry we missed a week there, but we're going to try to be on top of this. So we're usually here every Monday. And you can follow us at Internet Girls Pod. That's girls with a Z, or Hanley Lifestyle, Tori Sunshine. You can find us literally anywhere. DM us, rate and review. Tell us everything that's going on. And we're so happy you're here. We love you. And with
Bye.
that, Internet Girls are out.